Okay, we're going to have a look at an app called Abilipad, which is a text-to-speech app that does so much more. It's actually become one of my very favorite apps that I have ever reviewed. So when you open the app, you come onto this screen, a blank wooden background. Let's go ahead and have a look at some of the options. We click on the question mark. It'll give you instructions on how to use the app and how to set certain things up, which obviously is very helpful. Click out of that. Something that's very exciting is that you can share your notepads and your keyboards with anybody in the world. So you can create something, and there's already some categories on here. Let's go ahead and click on something like social studies. And what it does, it brings up all of the keyboards or notepads that people have created and downloaded or uploaded to the site, so that you can download them to your iPad and start to use them. So it can basically be anything. You can create any type of keyboards that I will show you later how to do that. So let's go back out of this one. Once you have created your notepads or your conversations, you can email, print or copy any of it to a clipboard. Looking at the settings, you can speak as you type, on or off. We'll leave that on for now. Voice, we'll go into that in a second. Spell check and word prediction, we'll both leave those on, but you can turn them all off if you don't need them. The voices are great. They come with American, British, Spanish, German and French, and they come with adults and with children. And when you get into the Spanish and the German ones, they actually, when you type in the language that you're using, they sound very authentic and extremely good. So really great quality. We're going to leave that on Heather as it is now. So let me go ahead and show you how easy it is to create a new keyboard. Just for the heck of it, before I show you what we have created already. So we'll click on plus up here, and we're going to create a keyboard that lets us use this as an AAC device. So we're going to want it to say something like yes, no, hello and goodbye, which I've created earlier, but I'll show you again how to do that. So you can merge the cells. You can do two at a time, and I'll explain these buttons as we go. So bear with me as I make this happen. You'll see how easy it is. It's really a pleasure to work with. Very simple. You can change the background colors of the keys. You can change the background colors of the text, as you'll see. We'll try to keep it as simple for time frame. So we've basically got a layout here. Now you can put anything you want on these keys, or you can delete them. So we're going to go ahead and delete them because we don't actually need them for what we're doing. And it just takes a few seconds to do this, and you'll see that you have a custom layout once you've done it. And so on. Now if you make a mistake and you want to unmerge those, you can do so. And again, you go back in, join them back up. You can add pictures to any of these that you like by clicking on this picture card here and merging it into one cell. You choose it from the pictures you've created or the pictures that came with the Abilipad library, which is a select amount, and so on. You can change the color of these keys. So if we go to this and we want to make these keys orange, for example, that's the text, excuse me. Let's go to the background and make this key orange, and we'll make this key red. Then we can go over here and make these keys green and blue. So now you have the colors, and you can change the grid and so on. You can change the text colors like I said, and anything. And now you can add anything you like into these keys. So let's go ahead and choose the red one, and let's type the word stop in here. Now you can change the font size simply by clicking on this and zooming like that. Okay, we'll go over to the green one and we'll type the word go in here, and then we'll type let's just go let's just say yes. And on this one we'll type the word no. Okay, so you've got a very simple AAC communication device here. Yes, no, go, and stop. And of course I've mixed these up, but you can have them in any order you want, any place on the screen that you like. Now you could simply save that and have it, you know, when you press the button it will put the text up the top and then it will speak. Or you can do something clever by just recording your voice. So if you click on this, for example, it comes up with a record option. You simply record it. No. And you stop and you go to this one. We'll record. Stop. We'll go back over here to the go. Go. And we'll do the last one. Yes. So that was pretty simple. Now you've got your communication, your keyboard right there. So if you go out, that will exit the program and this will save it. Some of the other features on here are things like you can choose different types of fonts for your keys if you like, and it'll change over to those fonts, whatever works for you. Okay, which is rather neat. Well, let's leave it on that one. And let's go ahead and save this, and we'll call it, we'll keep it in the folder we're using. We'll call it stop, just so that we know which one it is. And we'll save. Now we'll go out of the keyboard creation and we'll start a new notepad, and we'll put it in the review, and we'll call this stop, just so that we know what we're doing. And we have our new notepad. Now it comes with a QWERTY keyboard, and you can download any keyboard you like. So if we go on to review and we want to add the keyboard stop that we just created, we will open that, and there you'll see you have your communication device. Now when you press it, stop.
Stop.
Okay, if you return,
Go.
Go.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
okay, so that's how simple it is to create a communication type keyboard on this app, and it works extremely well. You can clear this at any time and start over. You can actually make another page, so you have two pages. You'll see there's two dots up there, and you can go back and forwards between those, so you can have different types of
Go.
things going on. Going to the next page, you go
Yes. No.
and so on. So you can see that between the two pages I created, you have two different conversations going on there. Now that will save it as it is when you go out of that. So it automatically does that for you. Let's go ahead and clear that. I want to show you the next thing on this really great app. Create a new photo. So again, we'll call it in review. We'll just call this pic. Done. And what you do is you click on this, and you can add a photo from your iPad library or the Abilipad library. Let's go ahead and add one from Abilipad. And there you have your dog. Now, when you have the keyboards available, it comes with templates, QWERTY keyboard, QWERTZ, Spanish keyboard, and AZERTY. If you click on the QWERTY keyboard, it'll bring that up, and then you can simply type a conversation about the picture that you have there. So what do you see in the picture? I see a dog.
Dog.
Now, as you type, you'll notice if I type the word hello, look at the right hand side over here, the word prediction comes into play, and there's the word hello. If I click on the sound,
Hello.
it'll say the word,
Hello.
and if I click on the word,
Hello.
it'll place the word in the screen. Also, this comes
Hello.
with spelling prediction. So over here I typed in GER, and then it thinks maybe I was trying to say something else, so it will come up with a spelling option of you know, that obviously not being a word. So that's also very, very, very cool. So let's go ahead and look at some of the keyboards that I've created for this demonstration. Now obviously there's a lot more to this app than I can possibly show you in a few minutes. You can go in and edit the keyboards, you can change the layout, the style anytime you like, simply by clicking within a keyboard like this, and then in this screen here you go into the keyboards you created, you would choose the numbers keyboard, and then you could re-edit that and resave it. We're not going to touch it right now, but we'll go back out. But it's very easy to edit the keyboards. Let's go ahead and clear this, and then let's go into some of the ones I created earlier to show you how this works. So that you have your QWERTY keyboard, and you can open up any keyboards that you like. This one's called adjectives, nouns and verbs. I've organized them into different colors, so the yellow are the, you know, go with the yellow, the green go with the green, and the blue go with the blue, and so on. Another keyboard that we can have a look at, alphabetical order. This is where you can create a bunch of words on here. So for example, you have camp, card,
card,
cart,
cart,
and so on. So you could actually create a separate lesson with that. If you wanted to have a different, you wanted, you know, more than one student to do it, you would just create a new page, and then that student could
camp,
go ahead and do that same thing. We'll clear that off there. Let's go ahead and look at another keyboard we have. I created a few. This one was used to learn your colors. So what I did here was I gave the actual colors a voice. So when you press the red,
red,
and so on with the others,
orange, yellow, green, blue,
and of course you have the words corresponding underneath. Now you could have put voiceover on these words, but I didn't. But if you press them, they'll appear in the screen,
red,
and then you can return and they will say them. So that's a fun one for learning colors. This is a numbers one. I've made the odd numbers red, I've made the even numbers blue. Again, you can simply
1,
add voice if you
2,
want to.
3, 4, 5.
And you can make the keys any size you like. So if you're learning your first numbers, or you're learning, you know, multiples of 5 or 10, or the, you know, times table and so on, it's very easy to set this up.
12,345.
And there's the number that you've just created. If you press 800, I didn't put voice on this,
800.
but it'll give you that as a number. This one was opposites. I made this easy for my son, where he actually has to match the colors together, and it'll go over the opposites. So for example, let's look at over, which is yellow. You press return.
Over.
Find the other yellow one.
Under.
Under. And then let's look at pull.
Pull.
And
Push.
Okay. So you've got you've got so many options with this
Out.
app of what you can do. It's incredible. This one was a bunch of photographs that I wanted my children to learn the words, what the words look like that go with the picture. So you basically point to a picture of the horse, and then he has to find the actual spelling of that. And when he presses the button,
horse,
it'll say those words. So these
car,
down here
bear
will say the words. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. This is sentence structure, and I want to show you how this works, because if you turn the voiceover off as you type, the idea behind this was to build the sentence in the correct way. So you would start with, if I'm going to do this correctly, the first thing in the morning, go to the bathroom, and then so on. And then when you press speak,
The first thing I do in the morning is go to the bathroom, wash my hands and face and brush my teeth. Then
Okay.
I go downstairs and have breakfast.
Okay, so you can see that makes sense, but obviously you could test them on that and see if they can get that in the correct order, and you can change the colors of the keys and delete them and so on. This was the keyboard we created together. This is a fun one. This is an example of making words. So you have your goal at the end. All these words end in eat, E-A-T, and you basically press the letter and then this one and return. Oh, let's turn word prediction back on as we type. I'm sorry. I mean, speak as you type back on.
Beat.
And then you have beats. You can continue to create words like this.
Feet.
Let's do one more.
Street.
Okay, you get the idea of that one. And this one was another AAC one that I made with no, yes, and hello and goodbye. So.
No. Yes. Hello. Goodbye.
So that's just some examples of what this amazing app can do. One other thing I do want to show you that I'm very excited that this app does is that you can copy and paste things from the clipboard. So I've saved something to the clipboard. If I go ahead and paste that, so I could take an email, for example, this is a clip from the web page of A4, and then you paste it onto the screen and you press speak.
Barefoot World Atlas is an interactive 3D globe for iPad that invites children to explore the regions and countries of the world, discovering hundreds of fascinating features and immersing themselves in the rich wonders of our planet.
And it'll speak that. So you can imagine you could paste your homework assignment on there. You could even paste a few chapters out of a book. You could anything you like. The possibilities are endless. It's a really great app. The more I play with it, I could create 1,000 keyboards. It really is fantastic. And again, you can email any of the work that the child does by typing, print anything and copy to the keyboard, and then you can share it online, which is even more amazing. So I hope you enjoyed that demonstration of the app called Abilipad. It certainly makes my top 10 apps of all time. And it has amazing possibilities. And again, it's called Abilipad.